So Van and Van. So 30 minutes break. And this is your groups when you come back. Oops, 30 minutes break. And this is your group. So Anderson. Okay, good. It looks like there's even numbers of boys and girls. So this is after the break when you come back. And then Van and Solange, you can do the exercise by yourself. Number 12.
Yes, teacher.
Good. Okay. Fernando, did you get the extra materials from last week? I can't remember because I forgot to give it to some people. Did you receive this one last week? Unit 3? Extra material? Yeah. Extra material?
Next week.
Last week? Next week? No? Okay. And then the test. So when you finish, I'll have it back. Welcome. Okay, so see you in 30 minutes. Just after 7 o'clock. And this is your group. To do that. Okay. Good. Yes, thank you. Um, maybe Joanna and Alexandra, you can go together if you want to finish, yeah, the exercise. I think Fernando and Anderson will be a while. So let's continue. Continuing page 38, 3C. So now we're talking about places and languages. So we started talking about places, first of all about jobs, and then where do these people work? So the marine biologist or the marine biologist was working under the sea, the sales assistant in the shop, the doctor in the hospital, the English language teacher in a classroom. So now we're just going to talk about languages with these places. So which languages do people speak around the world? What's the most popular? We know English. Yes, English is the lingua franca. So it's like the universal language. So we know English. Yep, it's a very common worldwide language, right? So if you speak English, you can pretty much travel to the most, common places and be able to understand and get by. What's another language? Of course, your language, Spanish. We know Spanish. I think it's the #1 spoken language in the world, right? Spanish. I think Mandarin might come next. Yeah, so list of the most spoken languages in the world. English, Mandarin, Hindi, Spanish. Okay. And then French, Arabic. Wow. Portuguese, no. But yeah, so English, definitely English, Mandarin, and then Hindi, Spanish. Yeah, amazing. These are the most spoken languages. Which are the most popular? So we talked about that. Okay, let's read an article and check our answers for exercise 1. The article is on the next page. So we're going to read Places and Languages is the title. And there's 4 paragraphs. So let's go with paragraph 1, Conrado. Paragraph 2, Fernando. Paragraph 3, Alexandria. Thank you. Yes. And paragraph 4, Roxana. Okay, so places and languages. Now, with pronunciation, do not forget the S or the ES. Remember, the S was like a snake, or if we have an ES, it's like a Z buzzing bee. So just look out for the S. What is the letter that comes before it? Is it a consonant or is it an E? That's what helps you to remember. Other than that, let's also remember that small words, we want to give them time. So at, make sure it's stretched out. And, in, the, make sure these are long words, or it's very hard for someone to understand, to hear you and understand. So you want to read nice and clear. It's not about being fast. It's about being nice and clear and knowing when to put a full stop. Look out for your commas, comma, take a breath in. But okay, paragraph 1 was Conrado, yeah? Yeah, lucky. You get to read the first. So good luck. Yeah, good luck.
Talking in the world and about 7,000 and 12. Over 1 billion people in
China. China.
it. So, I need in the first place. Compare to other languages, the language of
Hindi.
Hindi,
Yes, Hindi.
India,
In India.
is in second place.
Yeah.
And the country is in third place.
Yeah.
We find even a big thousand, but
Mhm.
the there are over 470 million countries, security in different countries around the world. 418 million people living in Latin America. They all speak Spanish as their first language.
Yeah.
As a first language in Parkway, about 308 million people are speaking this people.
Yeah, 80. So remember, when you've got a Y, it has to be an E. 80. Mm-hmm.
But English is a second language for over 1 billion other people. They speak English for doing business, reading the news, studying, science, and medicine. In some countries, English is not the native language, but it is the official language for the government. It is also the language of education in university and school.
Yeah, and schools. Schools. And even when there's a Y with an ing, so studying. So we really need to make that studying sound like that. Studying. Okay, about 80%. Languages and worlds. So very important. So the S's is where I can see, yeah, languages, worlds.
6,956 languages between the main countries use lots of different languages. For example, on the islands,
On the islands, Vanuatu,
in the Pacific Ocean, there are 65 different islands.
islands.
100 different languages. That's 1.5 languages for every island.
For every island.
Island.
So the S is silent. Island. So we stretch out that I, island. And another word I heard you say, and many countries use lots of different languages. So a lot of S's. So you want to end on that sound. For example, on the islands of Vanuatu in the South Pacific Ocean. So even the N needs an N, ocean. There are 65 different islands. Yeah, I think that, can't remember which word, but yeah, that's good. Unfortunately, losers.
Of the big four language and the dominant language of their parents and their parents.
Yes, so really quickly, this is because lots of young people only, so we need to stretch out the, so think of your vowels, the A, E, I, O, U, make sure you just stretch them out. Own, that's just the O, only. So the O, I have to give it so much more time before I move to the next letter. So only speak. And then you started to forget the S's. Speak one of the big four languages, and they don't learn the languages of their parents and grandparents. So very important. That's why it's easy to speak nice and slow and push it, the last Z, S's. For example,
So, Charlie will do that. Please is
Yes.
and he speaks English
Yes.
because it is the first language of the country. That is native language to
Is
language.
the essence.
Amurda. Amurda.
I think so. I've never, yeah, Amurdag. Yeah.
Charlie is the last
Speaker
speaker of this language and when it died,
dies.
the
Remember the buzzing bee, the ES? Dies.
language
Yeah, the language dies. Interesting. So over, it's an adjective. It means more than. I can see that little part there. And we've got look left. And that's probably in Mandarin. So interesting. We actually were wrong. So it was Chinese, Hindi, and Spanish. And English, even though it's in fourth, but there are more second language speakers for over 1 billion. There are over 1 billion, more than. So over means more than. Okay, interesting. Let's go to the questions. Where do most Spanish speakers live? Latin America. Yeah, that's the answer. Latin America. Yes, that's where they live. I remember they said 470 million speakers speak Spanish, and 418 of those speakers live in Latin America. So 418 million. Do more people speak English as a first language or second language? Second language. Yeah. So more people speak English as a second language than a first language. What do many people use English for? Do you remember? Business, reading, news. Yep. Studying. Yes. Good. Yeah. Business, reading, news, studying science. Yeah. How many people are there in the islands of Vanuatu?
Nine.
Mm. 60, 100, so 190 different languages. For every island, yeah, but how many languages are there? 190. So if we look at that the third paragraph, the last sentence of the third paragraph, it says, for example, on the islands of Vanuatu in the South Pacific Ocean, there are 65 different islands. Doesn't tell us how many languages yet. And they have 109 different languages. So 109. 109. How many people speak Amurdag? Is it one? Yeah, Charlie is the last speaker. One. Yeah, Charlie. And his name is Charlie. Charlie. If he dies, the language dies with him. So we didn't write those answers down. So the first one, where do most Spanish speakers live? In Latin America. So Latin America. I make sure I say Latin America and not South America because there is It's not just South America, it's also Central America as well. So Latin America means South and Central. Okay, that was the first one. Where do more people speak English as the first or second language? So second language. What do many people use English for? So we said business. So if I want to make a sentence, many people use English for business, reading, studying, and listening to the news. Oh, reading the news. Reading the news and study. But it's only, and studying science and medicine. How many languages are there in the islands of Vanuatu? 109. How many people speak Amudug? 1. And his name is Charlie. 1. Charlie. Okay. Let's look at some vocab. So when we want to speak about numbers, we know how to add, right? We know how to say 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to a million, a billion. But let's look at the words in bold in the sentence, in the article. So this one says over, which means more than 1 billion speakers in China speak Mandarin Chinese. So Chinese is the first place compared to the other languages. So we know how to count, which is just 1 to, as I said, to a million, to a billion. That's this number, that's normal counting. But we have this thing called cardinal numbers. And we say first, second, third, fourth, that's how we spell it, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. Eighth, the 8th place. So we talk about these numbers when in real life. So say I want to, there's a race and I want to talk about the World Cup. We had Argentina. It came in first place, right? Who was happy about that? I know I was. So when we want to talk about comparing, like where does this group fit in 1 to 10? We have to start talking not just in number 2, we say in the second place. When we compare, where did Brazil come in the World Cup? I'm just making this up. In the 5th place, not in 5, number 5. They came in the 5th place. So we're starting to compare things and where they are in a place and with each other. So complete the sentences. The first one is we've got first, second, third, fourth, 5th, 6th, and 7th. That's those answers. The ones that are missing, first, second, and fourth. So this you just have to remember. First, second, third, fourth, 5th, 6th, 7th. So you can see the first one is a bit different, ST. The same thing in real life, we use it when we talk about the month. So when do you maybe you do something on the first Sunday of every month. So you don't say number 1 Sunday of the month. You say the first Sunday, because I'm comparing it to the second, the third, and the fourth. Same as our soccer team, you know, Argentina came in first place compared to the other team. I enjoy every Sunday, the first Sunday of every month. It means compared to the other Sundays, I do this, this, and this, whatever. So that's real life experience. We use it when we talk about certain times of the month, the first Sunday of the month. You know, there'll be a lot of meetings. They'll say we meet every second Saturday of the month, for example. That's a real life experience. So we need to know these numbers, cardinal numbers. Remember, it's comparing it to the other numbers, not just saying 1. It's not just saying, you know, how many brothers and sisters do you have? I have 5. We're not counting, we're comparing to the other numbers in the month, in the team. Yeah. If someone is a billionaire, you know, he's the second richest man in the world because I'm comparing him to the other billionaires or millionaires. You know, he's the second richest man in the world. He's the third richest man in the world. So they're real life examples, how we use, why we need to know these. It is very important. We use it in real life, sporting, times of the month, to compare people's status of where they are, you know. You know, she's the 5th smartest student in the college. So I'm comparing. She's number 5 compared to the other students. She's the 5th smartest student in the class. So you can see we do need to know these numbers. Okay, number 2, we've got third, 13th. So how is this going up by? It looks like so third, 13th. What do you think would be the next number? Looks like we're adding 10. So 23rd, 23rd. Yep, this one, 23rd. Add 10, 33rd, the 33rd. And the 43rd. Number 3. 33rd. So 3, and then I need to take the 3. 33rd, 23rd, first, second, third. So these ones are the different one. The first, the second, and then the third, and then the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th are all similar. So what I'm going to do is show you that these are all have the TH. So I'll put 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. So the only different ones are these ones. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me your doubts. Yeah. Third. Yeah. So if I continue here, the 11th. What do I do? Okay. The 10th, the 11th, 12th, and the 13th. So why, your question is why 13th? So this one, If I write it, it might look, well, the number is 13, right? If I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need to add a TH for to make it into a cardinal number, because the 3 has a th. Ah, I get it. Why isn't it the 13 d? Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, because 12, 11. So no, after the 4th, they all take TH. So see how these ones are all TH? But it's only these ones that are different. Second, and I'll put third.
So, and at step 20, 23, back, the RD, 23.
Yeah, 23rd. So then when you go past to the 20, yeah, then it takes the 3rd. So you got to remember all the numbers under 20 will have the th from 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. So this goes all the way to 20th. So these are the th from 4 to 20. 21st. Now, after when you go to the 21st, then you start saying, you come back to the beginning here. So the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. Sometimes if I put the color, okay, does that help? So the first, second, third have their own color because they're different. But then from the 4th all the way up to the 20th, they're all TH. That's why I put the same color, all TH. So you're right. Why doesn't the 13th say, with the RD? I don't know. So they keep it all with the TH. But when you start getting to 20, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, even if I said the 31st, the 32nd, and the 33rd, yeah, and then it will continue. Then it's all the TH, the 34th, the 35th, the 36th, the 37th. So yeah, it's these ones must say the TH. Any more questions? Yeah. Yeah. 33rd. So then here, just remember it's going to be 24th and the same, all blue. So this will be the blue. And same here, 34th. Okay, so that's what it looks like. That's the only easiest way I could show you. So Yeah. So number 2, 3rd, 13th, 23rd, 33rd, and 43rd. It was going up by 10. How about number 3, 21st, 21st. So we're looking here, 21st, 31st. So we're going down. What would be the next one? 41st. Yeah, 41st. 51st, 61st, 71st, 81st. So another reason why we use these, so we said like when there's sporting, we're comparing, you know, where someone is in the sports. Also birthdays. So if I'm inviting you to someone's birthday, I'll say, come. Someone is having their 60th birthday. Or they are turning 60, but they're having their 60th birthday, their 21st birthday. Or it is, if I have a child, it is my son's 10th birthday. So that's when I use these to talk about birthday. Yes, he is 10 years old, or he will be 10 years old, but it is his 10th birthday. So competition, maybe, and birthdays, and you know, the time of the month, the first Sunday of the month. Number 4, so 100th, so 100th, 101st, looks like it's adding 1, and then it added 110th, 111th, 100, so 20th, 20th, next one. Yes, because we add 121st. And let's do one more. What would be after that? 30th. Yeah, 130th. And we know the 20th, I can see, yes, it comes from up here, the 20th. The 21st, yes, comes from here. And the 30th. The 30th would be same like this. If I continued 30th. Okay, so let's make a sentence. Tell me a sentence using a cardinal number. So for example, this weekend I have my grandmother's 60th birthday. Roxana, tell me a sentence using cardinal numbers. This is hard. So prepare 1 sentences. Because you sit close. See, not good luck. She sits close. She has to go first. You have time to think, Conrado. You have time. So no excuse. You have time to think. Any sentence, but you have to use these numbers. So remember, competition. You can say, "Oh, Brazil came." You can make up a sentence. Brazil came the 6th in the World Cup this year. My birthday is on the 4th of July. Every second Sunday, I meet up with my friends. Whatever sentence. Yeah, is on the 2nd of July. On 5th July. We can't say yes. So you're on the 2nd of July. Good. I'll go with Odilon. And Van, and you can write a sentence in the chat box.
Are you back to Brazil in first Sunday of December?
Nice. I will return back to Brazil on the 1st. So we say on the 1st
Sunday.
of December. Perfect. Yeah, I will travel back to Brazil on the 1st Sunday, good, of the month of December. Fernando. You've got, remember, competition about sporting. Someone is, remember how smart they are? They're the fifth fastest runner in the world. Who's the first fastest runner in the world? Who knows? The fastest runner. Yes, he is. Yes. Yep. Bolt. Usain Bolt. Yeah. So you see, so when I talk about competition, I can talk about, a team in soccer. Argentina was the first. They came first in the World Cup. Usain Bolt is the fastest runner in the world. He came first. So competition, anything to do with sports competition. Or Roxana told us her birthday. Her birthday is on the 2nd of July. And Ojalon said, I will travel to Brazil on the 1st Sunday of December. Yeah. So Fernando.
First,
Sorry?
Palmeiras is first. Best first. Latin America.
Yeah. Who is? Yeah, who?
Palmeiras.
Yes. Is it a soccer team? Yeah. Is the first, is the, no, best is describing, like, you're just saying they're the best, but they're the first to do something compared to the other team. What did they do? They're the first team to travel around the world. They're the first, or they came first in the match. They won. They came first. What did they do exactly? Yeah, to do what? They're the first soccer team to win this year in Latin America. Yeah, to win this year, maybe. Okay. Conrado, I'll let you one more second. Joanna. Yeah, nice. Good sentence. Today is the second day of the week. Yes. When we talk about a certain time in the month. Good. Today is so I can write it, the second, or I can say the second is the second day of the week. Good. Mariana. Yes, this month is my 9th month of living in Australia. Good sentence. Yes, so or you can say it, June is the 9th month of living in Australia. Oh, yeah, this is the 9th month. Yeah, maybe this is the 9th month of living in Australia. Yeah, so I've been here for 9 months. Yep, but I'm comparing it, the 9th month. Yep. Or a simple sentence is June is the 6th month of the year. Alexandria.
She celebrate.
She is, yeah,
Celebrate
celebrating.
her birthday.
Yeah, she is celebrating her third. Yeah, her third birthday. Yeah. So you could say my daughter is celebrating her third birthday, or my niece is celebrating her third birthday. Yep, good. So there's other ways as well. Oh, she is my second lover. Van, very good sentence. So he's comparing all the girls that he loved, and he's saying she is my second lover. Good sentence. He's comparing, because cardinal numbers, when we compare, so in competition, so when comparing, she's my second lover. That's funny. That's a good one, Van. So who hasn't made a sentence? Conrado.
My birthday.
Your what? No, you can't do similar to what was said before. You can't do your birthday because Roxana did her birthday. You can't say how long you've been here, or you can't talk about soccer, like, or any sports. You have to talk about something different. So when to use cardinal numbers. Let's see, maybe there's more. When you're counting real objects or counting things, how many? Yeah, counting something.
The name. The name. First friend is Jesus Christ.
The name of my first friend? Yes, because you're comparing all your friends. Yeah, good. The name of my first friend, my first friend is Jesus Christ. Yeah, good. First. So when we write sentences, we write the word. So this is just, we use these numbers but in sentences, you actually write it. You should say June is the 6th month. Today is the 2nd. So we should write the full thing. But you can also put like that, the 3rd birthday. Yeah, good. Okay, so let's continue then so I know that's a hard one to try and remember. Adjective and noun. So we often use some words together, and these are called collocations. Many collocations are an adjective and a noun. The first language. So in our example, English is the first. See you tomorrow. Is the first language to be worldwide, right? It's only English. No other language has become worldwide. English is the first language to become worldwide compared to the others. Yeah, so first language. If you look at our examples, second lover, second day, 6th month, 3rd birthday. So always say it with something, like Usain Bolt is the first fastest runner from Africa in the history, just for example. So that's what it means. We're adding second day, 3rd birthday. So try and add it with something. First friend. Let's find them in the article. So the language you learn after your first language, what is that called? The language you learn after your first language. So your first language is your mother tongue. It is your native language, your mother tongue. But what's the language you learn after your first? What's it called? Your second language. So question 8. Second language. There's no other words. It's your second language. It's your second language. There's no other word. The only other word, your first language, is also your native language, your mother tongue. So, Roxana, your mother tongue or your native language or your first language is Spanish. Yeah. Your second language is English. And then you can speak more languages. What's the main language that a person speaks? The main language that a person speaks is their first language. Yeah, your first language. So the language you learn after your first is your second. The main language that a person speaks is the main language is their native language, the first language. Yeah. Yeah, these are all the same. Yep. I think, yeah, your first language. If it's your main, it's your first language. It says it's in the article, or it could be your The language of the government is called the official language. So in Australia, the official language is English. So official language. Number 3. The language you first learn from your parents as a child. Is this one. Your first language. Your native language, your mother tongue. What's a person who speaks Spanish? A person who speaks Spanish? A Spanish speaker? Spanish speaker? A person who speaks Spanish? Spanish speaker. Spanish, yep, speaker. A person who speaks the language from when they were a child? First language, native language, mother language. The same. Okay, so do you understand all the differences between saying if something is a second language, a first language, or an official language? Or calling someone he's a Spanish speaker? So it doesn't mean I'm born in Latin America, if I speak Spanish, because I could be a Spanish speaker because I learned the language. So it doesn't necessarily mean that's my first language. It just means I speak the language. So I'm a Spanish speaker. I could say that if I did speak Spanish. Doesn't mean I am from Latin America or Spain, or doesn't mean that I was born there. It just means I can speak it. I'm a French speaker. I'm a Spanish speaker. Okay, let's do this one. Critical thinking. So critical, we have to use our minds to think. A paragraph often has a sentence with the main idea and sentences with supporting information. So if we have a paragraph, so when we usually write the first sentence, so if this is a paragraph, which is one idea that I'm going to talk about. So if you can see in the first paragraph, the main idea is about the different languages. The second paragraph was about English. The third paragraph was about different languages because they gave Vanuatu as an example. And the last paragraph was about the world loses a language every 2 weeks. So main idea, and then supporting information comes in the middle. So you have, when you're writing a paragraph, the first sentence is called the main idea. And then the rest of the sentences, that's called your supporting information. And that could be maybe 5 or 6 sentences. But your main idea is usually only one sentence. It starts the paragraph and then you have supporting information. So your paragraph should look something like this. So the main idea is the first sentence. And then you got supporting information is all the middle part. And the last sentence is called the concluding sentence. Main idea, one sentence. Again, maybe 1 or 2 sentences. Maybe like that as well. Okay, so let's look at this. Chinese is in the first place compared to other languages. That's a fact. That's a main idea. It's saying something that's true. But the supporting information is going to show me how that is true. Because 1 billion speakers in China speak Mandarin Chinese. So number 1, is that a main idea or is it a supporting? I'll give you just 2 minutes to do those questions. Okay, what do you think? I'll start with Joanna from the back. English is a second language for over 1 billion other people. Yeah. Yeah, because it didn't really give me examples, because supporting information is like giving examples. So it's just stating a fact, true information. So that's M. I would put an M there. So M. Number 2, Mariana. I think it is because it's giving examples. Why? Because when we support, we have to say why. So people speak English. Why? For doing business, for reading, the news, studying, science and medicine, supporting. Number 3, Conrado. It is also the language of education in many universities and schools. Yeah, it's giving me examples. So S. So M, S, S. Number 4, Odilon. The other 20% speak another 6,996 languages. It could be supporting because it's starting to give values. Supporting. I mean, let's see where it is in the paragraph. Yeah, supporting main. That one's a bit hard. Number 5, Van. Many countries use lots of different languages. Is that giving examples or is it the main idea? Van? This is a main idea. It's not examples, it's the main idea. Many countries use lots of different languages. I don't know what languages, so it tells me that that's the main idea. But number 6 is the supporting sentence because it's starting to tell me information, examples. There's 65 different islands. They have 109 different languages. Okay, we've got a little bit more time. I think let's read the article again and find where those main ideas are and where the supporting ideas are. So we know if we have a paragraph, this is what it looks like. The first sentence is called the main idea. It's only 1 or 2 sentences. The middle part is called the supporting information. It's starting to give examples and numbers and yeah, supporting. So it's giving me evidence and information about the main idea. And then there's an ending, a concluding sentence. That's how I write a paragraph. So let's read. I'll give you 1 minute just to read the article by yourselves because I want to get into the speaking. So 1 minute just to read the article again. I'll put it up and just look out for the main idea, the supporting, get an idea what those mean. And then we'll do the speaking in a moment. So just read the article. Okay, so we've read the article. Let's do the speaking part as a group. So what is your first language? Full sentences, not just the answer. Yes, yep. Conrado, what's your first language? Yeah, my first language is Portuguese, so full sentences. Van, what is your first language? Van, are you online? No? You can type in your answer if you want, or Solange, what is your first language? Okay, so my first language is, and then whatever the answer is. How many languages do you speak? Joanna? Yeah, I speak what? One language? No, I think more than one because you speak Spanish and you speak English. That's two languages, yeah. If you can speak it and understand and be able to communicate, that's speaking it. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect, but it is speaking it. It's better than my Spanish. I only know like little. I don't say I speak Spanish because it's 10 years and it's a long time and I don't know how to make a sentence and I just know little words. But you can speak English. So two. Yeah. Do you speak different languages in different places? So when you're in school, of course you speak English. Maybe at work, because do you work with Spanish people or good? So you speak better. So you have to, yes, that's okay. That's good. Does anyone speak Spanish at their work? Yeah. So that's okay. At least it's yeah. Is English your second language? Yes. Yeah. Does you so yes. So yes is Portuguese, Solange. So my first language is Portuguese. Does your country have an official language? I think yeah, Brazil would be Portuguese. Brazil. Maybe it has more than one. Portuguese is the official language of Brazil. But Spanish, English, and German are also spoken in Brazil. You might have in Brazil some other official languages. Is it? Yeah, no? No. Okay, so it's not official. Interesting. So official means the government, the language, the government. In Australia, it's English. Even though we have people from around the world, Chinese and Latin America, it's still English, the official language of the government. What languages do people normally learn at school in your country? So in Australia, sorry, English and yes, because it says what languages do people normally learn at school? No, it could be obviously Spanish, right? And English. Any other language? So in Australia, people normally, yeah, learn, of course, English and Italian and German. Very common, and Japanese if they go to a school. Why? Because we have a large Italian community here. German, same, and Japanese, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is very common. You can go to schools from primary school. the kids would do Italian, maybe German or Japanese, depends on the school. More in high school, yes. And they add more languages now, Chinese, I think Spanish maybe, yeah, in school. So not university, in school. The article says that younger people don't learn the languages of their parents and their grandparents. Do you think this is true? And is it a problem? See you tomorrow. I think, yes, it is a, do you think this is true? Yes, especially in Australia. Many, many children don't know the language of their parents, the Italians. They'll speak very little, the Greeks. Yes, yes, but their children, are their children speaking the language of the immigrant parents? Yeah. Yes, yeah, it should. So the child should learn the mother language. Yeah, even if they're in a country like Australia. So if you were to have a child here, would you teach your child Spanish? Yeah, even if it's English, but you would teach your children Spanish. Yeah, so it's very important. Yeah, but what's happening is many parents are not like, if you come to live in Australia, you're a migrant, they just don't teach their children any more Spanish, always English, right? And that's a problem because your child will not learn your language. Yes, and a child learns so much more fast. So it's better to teach them when they're young. Yes. Yes, the mother language. Yes, the mother tongue or the mother tongue. Yeah. So it's good to keep the mother tongue. So it's good, it's important. It's important to teach your child or children, it's important to teach children the mother tongue of the parent. As well as the official language of the country they live in. Yeah. So that should say it's important. Okay, so we finished up to here. Let's leave it there because tomorrow we'll continue from 3D. Tomorrow we will look at the city of Atlanta. But let's recap what we did today. So if you remember, what did we do today? Let's have a look. Today, we looked at talking about the present simple. So we're still in the present simple for he, she, and it. See you tomorrow. He, she, and it, we add an S. So if I'm talking about she, my friend, he, my cousin, it, the book, something that's, you know, not alive, it. So I have to put an S to the action. And if it's a negative, I say doesn't for he, she, it. So remember today was only he, she, it, because yesterday we looked at the I, we, and they. But today, he, she, it. Doesn't. And, yep, true. And we asked questions for he, she, it. So we use the does. Does she like tea? Where does she live? How long does she need in the morning to get ready? How long does she drive to work? So he, she, it. Then we looked at pronunciations. Remember the snakes, works, meets, starts, speaks, travels, snake. Or the B, if it ends in an E, the action, like live, so it makes a Z, lives, goes. So you can hear it. If you touch here, Z, I can feel the vibration. So if I give you a word, for example, I give you this action word. Which one would it be? If I want to say she listens. She listens. She listens. It's the softer snake. She listens. Why? Because it ends in a consonant, the N. So when we add the S, it's this rule. Because it's not the E, doesn't end in an E. If I said another action, maybe right. There's buzzing because it ends in an E. So she writes. She writes every day. Writes the Z, the B. And then if it ends in a CH or SH, so I'll give you another action. What do we have? Teach. Bath. Or shower. Oh no, sorry, that's not. That needs to end in a TH, SH. I think TH. So he baths every morning. Baths. No, with a CH. It needs to end with a CH or SH. So teach. Finish. Yes, finish. Thank you. So she, what time does she finishes? It's. What time does she finish? It's. Can you see how we make the sound? It's. What time does she finishes work? It's this rule. Finishes. Ah, we have it there, finishes, yeah. So, okay, good. We did that. Then we looked at questions about he, she, it, and cardinal numbers. So when we're comparing, maybe it's about a competition, a sport, you want to say your birthday, which date of the month, or what's happening in the month. And then we looked at paragraphing. So when we write, we have the main idea, which is the first sentence. And then we need to support what we said by showing some supporting information. And we say numbers. Like if I said, my main idea is Australia is a great country, right? That's just a main idea. That's what I think. But I have to add supporting information. For instance, it is becoming a lot of migrants are moving to Australia. About every year, 60% of migrants are coming to Australia. Now I'm starting to support what I said before, which is Australia is a great country. I can add more. You know, people, they did a survey and they found that Australia is the most livable country compared to the other ones. That's a supporting information. Okay, so that's what we looked at today. So until tomorrow, we will continue with this week being about places. So yes, we'll continue tomorrow. See you all tomorrow. Solange, see you tomorrow. And then
Yeah, see you
good.
tomorrow.
I thought you were sleeping. See ya,
Yeah, no.
Conrado. See you tomorrow. Are you coming to class? So see you
Yes,
guys.
tomorrow I will come in class.